after Indianapolis, moving the circus on to the next round of the championship. How's everybody doing today? Up on the sim view. Milwaukee is the race for today. I'm pretty excited for it. It should be good, I think. I gotta turn up my volumes here. But of course, last time out, raced the Indianapolis 500 and things went quite well. It was a good race. I watched some of that back, and yeah, I mean, having the weird strategy at the end. I still don't know why Scott Pruitt would have pit, you know, coming into the final stint there. But maybe I'd have to think he had some sort of mechanical problem. There was no strategy move doing that. And anyways, set us up to end up winning. I don't think we would have won had Pruitt done a normal strategy there. So I ended up lucking out. But this one should be good today. This is a really important race, I think, for the championship, and I'll explain why here in a second. But I do think I have to do well in this one today if I want to keep the championship hopes alive. So we're gonna be racing at Milwaukee. We'll take a look at all our championship stats and everything. If this is your first time watching, we're racing in the 1989 kart championship as a driver named Ryan Axelson, and I can actually show the car racing the Sunoco Papyrus Lola Cosworth, and we've been doing pretty well so far. After 3 rounds, we have not finished outside the podium, and finally got our first win at the Indy 500. So can't be doing much better than that, I'd say. We'll take a look at our championship and everything. So we're in round 4, and this is why I feel like I have to do well here. Yeah, I can lower. I don't know why the music's louder than usual. Let's see if that helps at all. Actually worried that I did some podcast stuff this week, and so I'm worried that everything is all jumbled up settings wise. We can lower this a skosh. All right, so this is our championship season. We're on round 4, Milwaukee, and it should be good. It's an important one though. So we've done Phoenix, Long Beach, Indianapolis, and we're at Milwaukee. So it's going to be the 3rd oval race in the first 4 races. And Long Beach itself, as far as road circuits go, is actually a pretty easy one, I think, in Indycar. But if you look what's coming up next, we've got Belle Isle, which of course isn't the right track for the 1989 season, but it'll fill our Detroit void for this season. But Street Circuit, Belle Isle, Portland, natural terrain road course, Cleveland, its own type of road course. Really excited for that one, but you know, an airport course, so super wide track. Meadowlands, that one's going to be probably the hardest race of the season. If I was to peg on it. Toronto, another street course. So the next 5 rounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. The next 5 rounds through July in our season here are all on road and street tracks. And so I know personally my strength is on the ovals. So once we get to Michigan, we'll have to see where things are at. But yeah, I think Milwaukee here is the last opportunity for a while to, as long as I run a good race today, put together something consistent, and then you know, be able to actually fight for this championship. But should be interesting. Excited for this one though. So Milwaukee, oldest oval in the United States, was always the round after Indianapolis, and we'll look at the season championship so far. Ryan Axelson here, or up front after that win at Indy, tied 1 win apiece between Michael Andretti and Emerson Fittipaldi there for the top 3, but we've just all 3 races have gotten top 5s, and consistency ultimately is what is going to win it. I think it was Sneva that won a championship without winning a race at all, so it's possible. But wins will help. But up front right now, which is great. 1903, thanks Brett. Yeah, 1903 was the first race at Milwaukee, so oldest racetrack in the United States, but it'd be good. We look further down the championship. Scott Pruitt's been quick. Obviously, he almost won at Indy. Danny Sullivan, Rick Mears. Rick Mears won Milwaukee in 1989 in real life. So see how he does today. We get a little further back. These guys just seem to be a little bit slower. So Bobby Ray Hall, Mario Andretti, Scott Brayton up in 9th, which I didn't notice. And then we've got Allenser Jr. in 10th, and then Allenser Sr., who won't be racing in this race today, but he's in 11th. So good championship so far. I think each race, Emerson Fittipaldi seems to be kind of the quickest everywhere, which makes sense. He won the championship in '89, but it's been a good mix. We don't really know if he's going to be the quickest car today to try to beat, but he does have 2 poles already in the season, and we'll have to see how that works out. So Milwaukee, done quite a bit of practice here, and hopefully everything goes well. I'm going to do a few laps with my qualifying setup here in practice, just to make sure everything's working, so the audio is not blowing you all away. All right, rid of the music. But this is a great version of Milwaukee. So this is like we've been racing on all season. I think this was done by Pavel69 again. Just change the audio real quick. Let me know if it doesn't sound good. I don't know what I did this week. I changed a bunch of settings. I upgraded OBS, which is always frightening to do. Let's see here. All right, that should hopefully be better, but let me know if it's too loud. There we go. All right. Yeah, this is a great version of the circuit, so it's completely different than the stock Milwaukee that came with Indycar 2. It's got a much nicer graphics all around. Yeah, the frame rate died for a second. I clicked off. If you click off the DOSBox window, it doesn't like that. Get out onto the circuit here. The track is totally different shape. I think it's based on maybe the NASCAR 2 or NASCAR 3 Milwaukee, so it's much more accurate. There's this Ari Lyndike coming by. And which is good, because Milwaukee itself is a really interesting track to drive. Super wide, so this race will be a lot like Phoenix, I think. But it's yeah, it's got patches on it and everything. It'll be a lot like Phoenix, but it's going to be a little easier, I think. You know, hopefully not famous last words, but a little easier with the traffic and everything. But we'll see how it goes. Just because we have a little more space to work with in the corners. It also makes finding the driving line kind of difficult. But we'll have to see how we do. We try to take late apexes, and when we're passing lap traffic, we will have to just try to find the right place to go whenever we get the opportunity to get around them so they don't hold us up. You want me to turn the car down a little bit more? Hold on. I usually try to get all this set up before, but for some reason everything got changed this week. Oh, well, that's what you do when you don't pay attention to what you're doing. Yeah, the banking does flatten a little bit before the under the yellow line, so you have to be careful about the transitions there. All right, I killed Bobby Rahal there for a second, but we reset everything. This will be a fast race, though. I think the real life race was just about an hour and a half, and you know, if this goes like the other races this season with minimal cautions, you know, this race might be just like an hour 15. Fuel strategy wise and everything for the actual race, you know, we can go, I think I could stretch it to about 80 laps. So this is a 200 lap race, and 80 laps would be the upper limit, I think. So it would be a 2-stop with kind of a short pit towards the end, similar to Phoenix, you know, same distance race as that was. So I'll have to figure out strategy as I go. Like I've been doing all season, I think the strategy generally is just going to be to push as hard as I can, go as far as I can, and if there is a yellow flag, be able to capitalize on that. But, you know, if not, I got really loose there. If not, you know, final stop, we'll just short fill. Use about 0.5 gallons of fuel a lap, a little less than that actually, but that will be my metric for how much fuel I need to the end. And let me know how the audio is now. I usually try to get all that set up before the race, but hopefully you can hear me all right. just see how the car feels here. This is a qualifying setup, so I'll be a lot quicker than all these guys. Let me trust your assessment audio jack. Let's see if I can lower that a little bit more. All right, that should be a little better, hopefully. This is what practice is for. You practice both the driving and the streaming all at the same time. All right, that should be much quieter with the driving, so hopefully the engine is low enough now that you can hear me. Around the outside of all these guys. So like you can see here, plenty of space to work, but yeah, if we get squeezed out like that on the front straightaway, pretty much just lose a lot of time. So and from what I've seen, the AI cars, the lapped cars, and everything, and the normal traffic and all that, they get around them just fine. So it'll be like it was in the other races. It'll be like it was in the other races where just kind of battling back and forth with the leaders to try to pass cars as fast as they are. I do want to practice a pit entry. We got Rick Mears coming out of the pits. Oh, snake through here. Do one more lap. Don't need a lot of fuel for qualifying. It's just a 2-lap qualifying, of course. See how the car sticks going into turn 1. Go quite late with the qualifying fuel. I'd be able to carry a lot more speed there. Bernard Jourdain wasn't blocking my way. Do one more. Yeah, Penske will be quick here. I mean, Mears won in real life. I think Emo Michael, maybe a Rick Mears if he's having a good race, will be the ones to beat. We got Mario right in front of me, but I'm going to do the pit stop entry this time. Pit stop entry here is kind of weird, or the pit entry. It's right on the front straightaway, and I'm the first stall, of course, so you just kind of slam on the brakes and get it in. That'll be that. All right, so get this ready for qualifying. Just let me know. Hopefully the audio is good now. I feel like it's back to where it would normally be. Blame the podcast guys for making me change everything. All right, so I'm just going to load my setup again. And we'll go to the next session. Let's take a quick look at the standings and everything for qualifying. So 26 cars at the race here. It'll be the same field that raced at Phoenix. So it'll be a lot of slicing and dicing. We look up at the top. So Teo Fabi, whoa, in the Porsche on the pole with a 172.666. All right, death wish there with the Porsche, but man, that's super fast. I've done a 171. I actually think I've done a 172. So we'll have to see if I get the qualifying right. But then Michael Andretti in second, and Mario Andretti in third so far. Rick Mears in fourth, Allenser Jr. fifth, Emerson Fittipaldi back in sixth. Now the qualifying itself, doesn't actually change the race pace, right? That Emerson still might be quickest in the race, but that's pretty far down for him considering he's gotten 2 poles this year as well. Bobby Ray Hall, Derek Daly, Danny Sullivan, and Scott Pruitt. So let's see where I slot into that. We'll do our qualifying run here. Hopefully I can get a good run. It'd be great to start up front for once. Qualifying's been my weak point, I think, all season so far. Just getting to start up front. It feels like after the first 10 laps of the race, I'm able to pass a bunch of cars and get up there, but it'd be nice to just start there. Coming into this as the Indy 500 champion as well, you gotta hope that I've got some speed. It seems like Fabi's got the speed this week. All right, so we do 1 out lap, and I'll get the boost up on the back straightaway. Just don't want to use too much fuel in the out lap. Should have more than enough, though, to do the run. I think I'm going to be shifting between 5th and 6th gear for most of this. Seems like you keep the car in the power range a little bit better with 5th gear. All right, so we'll come out of turn 4, start the qualifying run, 2 laps. It's not an average or anything, so whichever lap is quicker will be my time. Come across the line, green flag. Down to 5th gear. Oh, the car can just feel it sliding there, but get on the power. Try not to slide it on the way out. Down to 5th again. Car sticks, thankfully. I'm a little wide through turns 3, 4, but we'll keep the speed up. All right, not a bad first lap. We'll see what it is. Oh, 168. That's no good. Got to be a little bit more aggressive here on the second lap. 168 is nowhere near where I think I can get. Still pushing a little bit through turns 3, 4, but I don't want to loop the car there. Come out and see what I get on the second lap here. 170. Oh, P12. So at least I got into the 170s, but that doesn't bode too well. P12, so I'll be on the outside and everything as well, which is a little further back than I was hoping for. All right. Yeah, we'll take, where does that slot me in here? So right next to Ari Lyondike. I'm the last car in the 170s, right ahead of AJ Foyt, actually. 12th, though. Oh, man. It's going to be another one of those starts where I've just got to try to be patient, I guess, and pass a bunch of cars and stuff. Yeah, it'll make for an exciting first stint, definitely. But we'll go to warm up. I'm going to do a few practice laps here with the race setup. I've been toying with whether or not I want a little more downforce, and I might actually put a little more front wing in just to try it out here in the a little more wing overall, just to try it out here in the warm-up, because I feel like my mid-corner speed's a little slow compared to my straight speed. No, P12's not a disaster, but it's a little further back than I would hope to be. We'll go out, do, I don't know, 10 laps or something, just to get a feel for the car again, make sure everything's good before the race. But I know I've done it also depends on the weather a bit, how quick, you know, the car goes, and famously I just never seem to pay attention to that. But I've done a 172 before in practice, so I know the speed's there. Yeah, this car is actually a handful for the first couple laps as well. I need to really play with the bars. And for those of you that's the first time here, the right above the fuel number, you can see the 3 black lines. Those are some of the tools I have in the cockpit, so I can actually adjust the front and rear anti-roll bar, go from stiff to soft, and vice versa to change the handling. And I also have brake bias, which is more a road course thing. Oh, Silent Soul, Salary Man, thank you. Good luck from the Canadian Rocky Mountains. So I hope it's nicer there today than it is in Boston. It's a hot one here today. I'm expecting this one to be a sweaty race by the end of it, but it's like 85 degrees right now, like 30 degrees Celsius for those of you abroad. And I haven't put the air conditioner in yet. I got to do that today. Luckily, this is a short one. The Indy 500. I was happy it was cooler that day when I did the Indy 500. All right, yeah, it's so much slower with the full tank. You see him down to 153 there on that lap. It wasn't a great lap, but it also shows the speed difference. Yeah, Jason, I'm not sure if if there's turbulent air in the sim. I mean, I know there's slipstreaming, absolutely. And somebody had pointed out to me, rightfully so, that you can actually save a ton of fuel by following cars. Well, it's 30C right now. It's going to be like 34, 36 later. You can save a ton of fuel by following, you know, quick cars and just using the slipstream to keep your speed up. As far as like aero push and all that, I'm not sure. I feel like sometimes like a big oval like Michigan, you know, you'd feel that going into the corner. I feel like I get a little bit of a wash up, but I'm not sure if there's actually aero push. I'm sure somebody knows. Car feels, even after just a couple gallons of fuel, it's pretty good, but it's still slow. But the other cars are just as slow when they're on high fuel, so. Scott right in here. All right, so I feel pretty good about the car. I'll go maybe one more lap. I'll practice another pit stop entry, and then it's time for the big race. Yeah, the thing about, I mean, I know we don't need to get into comparing weather. I think there's a lot to say about being used to it too. We just came out of like pretty cool weather, so not quite used to the heat yet. But also in Boston, it tends to be very humid when it's hot, so it's just kind of gross. Hey, Mackett, thank you so much. Good luck from Sweden. I appreciate that. I'm gonna do one more lap here. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Yeah, it's always so humid in Boston. It's gross. I know I've been out west before in the US in the desert and stuff, and it's hot in the sun, but if you're in the shade, it's not as bad, and I think that's the difference. I'm much more of a cold weather person. But, all right, so we come practice the pit entry. It's gonna be kind of a weird one since I got full fuel right now. Hopefully we don't have to do this in the race. Oh, all right, hit half the crew, but it worked. All right, I like the wings, a little more downforce there. We can always change some of that on a pit stop if we need. But I'll go back to full fuel. Yeah, so we can always change the wings, you know, come into the pits if we need to. But I feel like it's a little more stability, and I think my mid-corner speed will be better. All right. So I appreciate everybody being here. Milwaukee 200. This is going to be a quick one. I think it's going to go by in like under an hour and a half. So hopefully it's a good race. Starting P12. Just going to get myself centered in it. Got to be very careful off the line to make sure that I get around some of the cars. I think I'll be a lot quicker than the cars I'm starting around. So I need to be careful there just to get through the traffic. First 5 laps really just about getting around cars and not going for ultimate speed. And then once we get strung out, see what I've got compared to the rest of the field. All right. Okay, well, let's do it. Milwaukee 200. Check my fuel one more time there. Pace lap. We'll go down to 0 or 1 boost for the pace lap here, and change it as we come into turn 3. AJ Foyt there right next to me. Okay, so 12th sounds like I'm very far back, but looking at it, I know all the cars in front of me are relatively quick, so hopefully we can just get away. I've had actually some pileups on this track before, so hopefully nothing like that happens, but it seems if there is a crash, not even one caused by me, tends to pile up a little bit. All right, come out of turn 4. Green flag, field checks up a little bit, lost a little bit of time there, but we'll come down the front straightaway. Just get the shifts up to 5th gear for the first turn. Ooh, right behind Scott Pruitt, almost running into him. I know where to go. We're going to lose a little bit of time to the cars on the inside. I got AJ Foyt next to me now. Come out of the back straightaway. Get up to 6th gear here. Just babying the throttle. I don't really have anywhere to go. Ooh, Foyt slides up a little bit. All right. Get on the front straightaway on the low side. I think this low side is where I'm going to be passing. Get past a couple of these cars. Derek Daly there, AJ Foyt. Foyt doing pretty well, though. Sneak in behind Raul Boisel in the Domino's car. But made it through the first lap. Pretty hectic start, of course, like I expected. Oh, can I sneak under Boisel here? Just don't want to slide up into him. The touch there, and I would absolutely spin the car. On the front straightaway, though, able to get around the inside. All right. Okay, I think we got through the craziness of the start, and we can see if I can pull up on some of these guys. The field's still pretty packed together in front of me. Yeah, it was a good start. Luckily, everybody behaved themselves. We'll just try to settle in here. I don't think I'll have to play with the boost much unless we get into a weird fuel strategy, but full boost, like I said, we'll probably go at least 75 laps on that, and we'll just do that full stint. We'll do another one of those, get us up to lap 150, and then we can short fill a little bit for the end of the race. Get up the inside of Ari Leyendijk here for 10th. Oh man, I'm in 11th, so a little bit further back than I'd want to be. Barry coming back on the low side out of 2. Of course, remember, in just a couple laps we'll start hitting the lap traffic, and that's when things get very interesting. Also, the car will start burning off fuel, so I'll be able to maybe maneuver a little bit easier. But the pace is very much a dramatic change over the course of the run, so interested to see how I compare to the leaders. Got Pruitt in front, as we were chasing at the Indy 500 and Long Beach. Not as good today in the true sports car. Car's still understeering quite a bit, but I don't want to do anything too aggressive with the bars up front. Once we get about 10 gallons off, there we go. Pruitt faded out wide. Get him on the inside coming out of turn 2. Once we get about 10 gallons off the car, it feels much better. Got Mario Andretti now in front. Had a lot of trouble with Andretti at Phoenix. Hopefully we can get around him. And Long Beach, actually. Oh, up the inside. He's going to keep it there on the outside of the Newman Haas car. There we go. Come out of turn 2. All right, so now I think up to P8, yep. To P8, put the leaderboard on. Gotta get the button right, there we go. We're chasing Michael Andretti. We got Teo Fabi in front, so he fell off. I thought that was gonna happen. He fell off the pole, and I don't see Emo anywhere, so clearly Emo's a bit quicker as well. Into turn 1 and do kind of this wide line into the corners and then take a low apex on the way out. Feels like that might be the quickest way to get around here. Turns 3, 4 though are shaped actually quite a bit differently than 1 and 2, so they're a bit different. All right, I think we're catching lap traffic already. But catching Michael Andretti as well. The car is starting to feel more alive. We'll just take our time getting through them. We still got a long way to go. No reason really to rush it. The leaders haven't pulled out too much. We're just 4.6 seconds behind the actual leader. Oh, Andretti gets squeezed down low here. I think it might be Guerrero there that we just got by. Under Randy Lewis, we got Pancho Carter in front, the blue Hardy's car. He's going to take the line, of course. Got to watch for that. The laps cars don't really get out of the way, so I have to make my way around them or put myself in a position where they can't take a line. Ooh, the car got a little loose on entry there. Let me play with the bars a little bit. Need to stay ahead of the car with the tools. Come around Bernard Jourdain here. We're on the outside. Not too bad. Three wide in front. Rick Mears around the outside. So Mears not quite as far up towards the front as he was, obviously, in real life. I think he pretty much dominated this one. Catch Rocket Rick here, coming down towards turn 3. We get a nice run on him coming onto the front straightaway. All right, up the inside of Mears, come down to turn 1. Oh, try not to outbrake myself there. 5th gear. Got Scott Brayton on the exit, but around the inside of Mears, it's going to be blocked in. I got to go ultra low to get around Brayton. Oh, Mir's still right there on the outside. Not gonna let me get around easy. I'm understeering. I can get him on the braking here into turn one. Fabi's stuck behind. That's Guerrero again already. My God. But up the inside of both of them. All right, so able to pick up that 6th position, and I think I'm chasing Michael Andretti now. It's gonna get stuck up behind John Jones. Is that Derek Daly already? Oh, Jones takes the inside line. Have to keep behind him. I don't want to hit him. Able to get up the inside of Andretti. Andretti on the outside. The back out of things there a little bit. Save moves like that for the end of the race if we need to do something dramatic. Should both be able to get around Jones here, I'd imagine. Get him on the outside. Oh, pretty wide there into turn one. There we go. Ooh, okay. A few hectic laps there, but that's going to be this race. Unless we get a lot of attrition, there's going to be just lap traffic the whole time. Makes it exciting to watch, I know, but racing, it's edge of your seat stuff. We're already at a lap 180, so we've done 20 laps. 10% of the race done. Sitting in 6th, chasing Michael Andretti for 5th. This is good. He's 3rd in points, so if we can get in front of Andretti, that'll help keep the spot, but no sign of Emo. Doesn't even look like he might be up front actually at this stage. All right, drafting Michael Andretti, come down into turn one. Use the brakes to help slow the car down so I don't run wide at all. Ultra low line, using that pit exit. All fair though. I'm down the inside of him into turn 3. Gonna stick there on the outside. AI is able to actually really keep up on the outside there, but try to get a good exit out of 4. Up the inside of AJ Foyt as well into turn 1. There we go. Whew. Okay, getting around Andretti up to 5th then. I got Bobby Rahal in front and Danny Sullivan in front of him in 3rd place. But into the top 5 once again, which is great. It'd be amazing to finish a full season with top 5s all around. But like I said, this is the last easy round. Or oval round for a while. I call them easy rounds because it's a little easier for me on the ovals. I'm up behind Kevin Kogan here. Should be 2 pit stops in this race. So 7.9 off the lead, so I actually lost some time. So I was about 5 seconds off the lead. A few laps back. Just try to do my best to get around the traffic and see what we can do with this gap. 8.5. Whoa, losing time to the leader. So will this be like Phoenix where the leader is just so much quicker? Or will I have a shot at catching him? We'll have to see. Traffic everywhere though. It's just never going to be clean laps here. Already catching Boiselle, who has started behind. We'll pulled it back into 7.5, so not completely out of touch. I can see Bobby Rahal up there, I think. Around Boiselle in the back straightaway. Randy Lewis as well there. Understeering a little bit. Start thinking about adding maybe rear bar to it. But makes it more skittish on entry as well, so need to be careful about those adjustments. Our Jourdain, dispose of him easily. All right. So pulling in on Bobby Rahal here quite quickly. Gonna get stuck up behind John Andretti, I think. Just for a second there, it'll help me out. I can get him on the exit on the front straightaway. Out of 5th gear. Guido Daco in front here. Lost a little bit of time. Doing all right so far. I don't feel like I'm pushing as hard as I could. This track is really deceptive with how fast you can go. It feels like you could go faster, but it's just really wide. I think the sense of speed isn't quite there as much as it is at some of the other tracks. They just brush the wall nicely. Held 7.9 seconds that time with the leader. Just keep my eye on that. So I want to see if I'm actually quicker than the leaders, or it seems like I'm very nearly the same speed. So hopefully traffic and pit stops and stuff will help me out. Car feels pretty good otherwise, though. Bobby Rahal out wide a little bit. He's going to get stuck up behind Guerrero, I think. There we go, up the inside. Able to get by both of them. Up to 4th then. Rahal snuck right in behind me. Try to get around Brayton here on the front straightaway. There we go, up the inside. Got Derek Daly in front. Ooh. There we go, up the inside of Daly as well. Rahal still right there, but hopefully with this clear track I can pull away. I think I'm ultimately quicker than him. We're going to run a little wide. Rahal coming back up the inside. Wow, where did that speed come from? Down the straightaway. Maybe woke Rahal up by passing him, but there we go. Ran deep into turn 1. Get on that gas. Off the inside of Dobson here into turn 3. A lot of lateral load in the car. I gotta make sure I don't lose that rear end. There's 2 red cars, so one of them, I think we're passing 2 different red cars. I'm not sure which one is Guerrero versus, I think the other one's Barbaza, but all right, coming up to Ari, so the car we started side by side with, I'll put him a lap down. Oh, sneak up the inside. John Jones right in front as well. Should be able to get him easily on the front straightaway. Hopefully get Carter here before turn 3. The inside, down to 5th gear. Right against the white line. Maybe running a little bit lower than I should, but it seems to be the easiest way to get around the lapped cars. So 162 laps to go. Already just clicking through the laps. Up to P4, chasing Danny Sullivan. I think I can actually see him right up there. Around the inside of Randy Lewis. Yeah, he's just a couple cars in front, so get around Foyt and Bourdain. Bernard Jourdain. I keep calling him Bourdain. I did that in another race too. All right. See if I can pull in on Sullivan. Definitely quicker than him. I think we might be good for another podium today. Holding this gap to the leader, so it's going to be hard to close that, but we can see what I can do. Once we get into, as I say, once we get into clean air, it's probably never going to happen here. We're getting close to half tank, though. We might actually be able to go over 80 laps. I wonder, well, I hope no cars actually stretch it to one stop, because I feel like if I ran lower boost, that might actually be possible. I mean, if we're gonna hit, let's say if we even hit like 85 laps, certainly I could stretch it 15 if I had been saving the whole stint. We'll have to see how it plays out. I'm definitely committed for 2 stops right now. There's no way to make it to 1. Ooh, a little sketchy up the inside of Guido Daco there. Starting to understeer on the exit, so I'm wondering if I should stiffen up the rear bar just a little bit. Hopefully the car feels okay. Be a little less aggressive on the entries. Could help the car wrap around and get off the corner better. Sullivan getting held up in front. There we go. You can see it just turns a little bit better in the middle. Down to 1.4 seconds behind Sullivan, so I'm reeling him in slowly here. In front of Kogan. At least 2 laps down at this point. Yeah, so the dash is telling me I could go another 40 laps or so. And so that would put us right around lap 85, I think. Quite a bit. I was thinking we were going to stop around 75. But definitely going to have to stop twice. The last one, maybe we'll skip tires. I'll have to look at how they are at the end of the stint. Just go for a quick fill up and go. All right, a whole group of lapped cars in front. Should help us catch Sullivan. Where to go, high or low. Sullivan there right in front, getting held up. See if I can sweep down low on the exit, take a couple of cars. There we go. That was a good move. Inside of Thays. Right in behind Sullivan now. Both had to guess a little bit going into turn 1 that time. Car's getting really maneuverable though on the low fuel. It's a bit easier to get around the lap traffic at the end of a run. Really have to remember when I come out of the pits for the next stint. Oh, Sullivan wide. See if I can get a good run on him on the exit. Down low. Got one of the Newman Haas in front. I think it's got to be Mario. Get up the inside of Pancho Carter. Got to remember when I come out of the pits for my next stint that really have to take it easy, adjust the bars again, and be very careful for the first couple of laps because the car feels so different on full fuel. But up the inside of Sullivan then. Side by side with him on the back straightaway. He's going to pull up a little bit. He's going to get stuck in behind a lapped car. Randy Lewis helped me out up to 3rd position then. All right. Got him right behind me, so I just need to be careful with the couple of lapped cars here. Got Bernard Jourdain. Oh, and he runs wide. I do too. Oh, I was going to take the wide line, but he kept it wide. Misjudged it. Sullivan gets back on by. All right. Hopefully Mario is going to help me out here this time. Sullivan out wide once again. Keep it down low, nice and aggressive. Oh, side by side on the back straightaway, but got Mario Andretti in front, who's not going to be easy to get around. Got right up the inside, trying to get the throttle on as soon as I can. Sullivan, I don't know, for 3 wide or something. This is where a spotter would really help out. I actually remember watching one of these races recently. I think it was 93, and Penske actually got penalized or basically told not to have a spotter on the roof. No cars had spotters. I think they had Rick Mears trying to spot from the top of the grandstands, and just wasn't a thing back in the late 80s, early 90s, but up the inside of Mario Andretti. All right, get up into third position here. Whew. A little closer than I'd want it to be, but oh, we have Axelson Jr. in front. That's basically the best thing I could have hoped for. So Mo is in second, but he isn't in the lead, and Axelson Jr., first time this season he's actually quick. Just hasn't been anywhere at most of the tracks, but he's in the lead, almost a half a lap ahead of Mo and I, and Mo's actually not that far in front of me. I can see him. He's actually in front of this whole pack. Getting towards the end of the run. Towards the end of the first stint already. Come out onto the back straightaway. Hopefully I can get past all these cars. We'll head down into 3 in front of Daco. And I can see the next car up in front is Mo in second. $143 to go. But I mean, I want to win, but if I don't win, if Axelson Jr. wins, that's better for everything. Although that'll, add him to this championship mix a little bit. It's much better than somebody like Mo winning. We'll just have to see how this all shakes out. A long way to go yet. We're not even halfway. But it is a quick race. Clicking down those laps, only 140 to go, 141. Seems like Mo's pretty quick, but traffic, I think, has allowed me to catch him. So we have a odd moment of clear track here. Actually, it's nice to see little Al up front. I like how the way the AI work in IndyCar 2, they're giving kind of a spread of ratings. And so race to race, if I ran this exact race again immediately after this, little Al might be extremely slow. So it's a little bit of luck, but it adds some variability to it to keep the championship interesting. And some drivers' potential is just a little bit higher than others. All right, we got around some lap traffic there. We're catching another pack. Looks like Mo might be caught in. Ooh, he's on the high side, pulling in quite a lot now. Something I got to start thinking about is coming out of turn 4. I think we're still maybe 20 laps out, but some cars are going to pit. And I don't want to be below. I don't want to be on the low side of a car if it decides it's going to pit, because I think that's an accident waiting to happen. Mo, though, all caught up behind Dominic Dobson, right in front of Derek Daly. Try not to say Connor Daly. I just have him in my mind after last weekend. All right, come out of turn 2. Mo was able to get around Dobson, but held up behind, I think, Scott Brayton there. Understeered a little bit in the middle of the corner. The corners here are so long. That makes them really tricky. It's a fun track to lap. I love this version of Milwaukee. Kind of your classic quintessential mile oval, I feel like. So both of us have fallen off so much from Axelson Jr. at 12.9 seconds back from the leader, but just about a second off of Mo here. He's snaking his way around the lapped cars, though. the car feels good. I don't think I'm going to change anything at the pit stop. The wings and everything, slid out wide there a little bit, but Ari luckily behind me. The wings and everything, that was a good choice, I think. It just helps me keep the mid-corner speed up a little bit. Is here. A whole group in front, 3 wide or so. Emma's stuck in the middle. What I want to see. I'm impressed though with how well they get through the traffic, which is great. It would absolutely spoil the race if they got stuck behind the lap cars. Sometimes able to do it even better than me. On the outside there, John Andretti, over-revving the car a little bit. Running wide into one, that was a mistake. Luckily, not a bad one. Got a little bit of room for error here. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Have to back out of that a little bit. Oiselle takes the bottom line. Haven't touched the bars in quite a few laps. The car feels pretty good. On the low side of Oiselle here on the back straightaway. Man, it's really close between Fittipaldi and me, though, speed-wise. We're not far off at all. Under 10 gallons, so maybe about 15 laps before the pit here. Closing in on lap 80. We're at 127 to go. Emo on the outside of Carter, able to do it. Gotta get him here on this straightaway to stay in touch. We go up the inside, closing in now on Emo. Gonna grab up the inside. I think it's Foyt. 125 to go, so we're about 75 laps into the race. Right to the wall. Car turned in pretty well that time. Inside of John Jones. Andy Lewis here in front. He's going to grab the inside. Fade out wide. Get Lewis. Come up behind. Bernard Jourdain. We'll have to see what the pit stop here does with the battle. I feel like I've been quicker through the pits than the AI for most of the races so far, so I don't get around Emo here before the stop, which it might happen actually. I'm pulling up right behind him, but through the pit stop itself, I might actually pass him to an undercut or an overcut depending on when we pit. I'm pretty much going to try to run this thing to empty though. Maybe catch a yellow flag. I think a yellow flag is going to be necessary to catch up to Unser Jr. here. He's so quick. Got the fuel light coming on though. The bad thing about that is I can't see the rev light anymore. It's the same light. I don't know if that's how it was in real life, but I'd rather have the rev light honestly than the fuel light. We got the blinking. It's enough to get my attention. Really throwing it in now. Doing 23-second laps. Passing traffic. We'll have to see what that is when I come out of the pits, but I think I lose a lot of speed with the full tank. Yeah, the pit crew were good last race. Side by side with Derek Daly there. Had to slow down so much, get out of it. try not to be the yellow. Be nice to go a race without causing some kind of incident. I think the incidents so far, they haven't exactly been my fault, but I seem to be in an incident somewhat every race. The one at Phoenix was definitely my fault. So, as long as I have more than a half gallon of fuel, I can make it a lap. We can really run this thing to the end, but I don't want to stretch it too far in case something happens and I have to go around. I wouldn't want to run out of fuel. Straightening out wide in turn one. I was getting a little dancy here on low fuel. Over that rear bar again. $117 to go. So yeah, we're gonna make it to about maybe even lap 86, 87. So I think if I went into fuel save mode at the beginning of the race, I maybe could have one-stopped it, and that's something to keep in the memory bank in case we do another season at some point. It'd be fun to try maybe a one-stop race and see if we can make up that distance. I think a pit stop itself, you know, is a good amount of time. Definitely will lose a lap through the pit stops. All right, so we'll do maybe one more lap here before pitting. Seems like Emma's still out. Oh, Emma's going in the pits. All right, so we'll do one lap above him. Balancer Jr. is still out as well, so he's not even using more fuel to do this. But we could probably go two more. I don't know, let's see what it's like coming through turns 3, 4. Yeah, I might stay on one more lap too, just to try to get an advantage here. More lap. All right, here comes Emmo out of the pits, so we're going to put a whole lap on him because of the pit stop. But this should gain an advantage because I will have run an extra lap with low fuel, and it's so much slower on full fuel. We're going to come into the pits this time. Oh, slide out wide. All right, don't go too fast. Got to remember, keep it under the speed limit, 80 miles an hour. Come to the pit stall, roll it in. There's Danny Sullivan right behind us. All right, first stint underway. So we'll see how quickly we can get out of the pits. Hopefully no cars coming as we try to exit. Here comes 2 in. Rick Mears, wow, he pulls right in front of me. That felt quite slow. Danny Sullivan was actually able to get out in front of me. Try not to speed though. I sped at Long Beach and it totally ruined the end of the race. All right, get out of the pits. Emma went by. I think Sullivan got around me too, so maybe not the quickest pit stop. Get on the track. All right, gotta remember bars and everything. Understeer quite a bit, I bet. Cold tires, full fuel. Oh, understeering there. All right. Play with the bars, try to get the car working again on full fuel. There we go, turns in a little bit better. Still understeering through the middle of the corner. Go up on that rear bar again. So I lost third place to Sullivan through the pits. I don't think he's too far ahead of me, but that's no good. Seems like everybody up front here is pit now, though. Yeah, so we were running 22s and 23s on low fuel on him now, 24.4 that lap. Yeah, I think Little Al pit because we would be a lap down if he didn't. Seems like everybody's going to be on a 2-stop strategy. We're all going to make it to lap like 160, 170, and we'll only have 30 laps, so we're only going to need like 20 gallons at the end of the race in the second stop. and I didn't look at the tires. I guess we'll have to look at them as I come to the final pit stop and judge whether or not they're going to make it to the end. But we're dangerously close to going a lap down, actually. If the laps are only 23, 24 seconds, and we're 21 seconds behind the leader, you do the math. Gotta push here as hard as I can. Best thing that could happen right now would be a yellow flag. But it doesn't feel like that's in our luck this season to get yellow flags. Nearing in on halfway through the race as well. The car just coming out of the pits. We'll have to see if around lap 100 any car is coming out of the pits that they might have stretched it that far. All right, I pulled actually in on Little Al a little bit, which is good. I don't know if I'm going to make up a whole lap, but if I can keep shrinking the gap like that, that's what I need to do. Stay on the lead lap. I'm closing in on Sullivan here. We're setting ourselves up to have just a quick splash and go for the final stop. We're under 20 gallons to fill it, which I think we will be. We try not to take tires because those will take longer actually than the fuel. Randy Lewis here on the low side going so slow. Is he going in the pits? I guess not, but just being a slow car. Well, Sullivan fades out wide, as do I. We're actually on Scott Pruitt now, who almost won the 500 1 week ago. See if I can sneak up the inside of Sullivan here in traffic. He's stuck in behind Dobson. Going 3 wide again. It's so hard to tell in the mirror what's going on. Oh, Dobson almost turns in on me. I get around Sullivan though. I'm back up to 3rd place. I'm about 4 seconds off of Mo. On the inside of Kogan. All right, we've pulled it under 20 seconds again on Unser Jr. up front, so maybe Unser Jr. is a little slower this stint. We'll have to see. My boy Pruitt. He's not my boy. We're fierce competitors this season. Understeering a little bit. All right, got to play with the bars now. That was bad traffic, but somehow I still made up time on Unser Jr. through it all. Side of John Jones here. 100 laps to go, so we're halfway. Good race so far. Good race so far, but so much traffic. Feels almost more than Phoenix, but I think Phoenix was harder just with how narrow that track is. Look forward to Nazareth right at the end of the season with basically Phoenix, but narrower. Looks like we're catching Teo Fabi, actually. Brayton going too wide on the front straightaway. Keep the inside line, but gets stuck in behind him. Oh, man. There's 3 wide AI cars in front, lap cars. Inside. Boiselle lost a lot of time on that lap, but not a lot I could do about it. 2 seconds. Yeah, Meadowlands is... I'm not looking forward to Meadowlands. It's going to be the hardest race of the season, I think. besides maybe some of the road courses. Or that is a road course. It's kind of a weird pseudo oval. You'll all see when we get there. It's going to be a very difficult race. Everything we had gained on Unser Jr. kind of lost through that whole bit of lap traffic, but he's going to have to pass them too, so we'll see what happens. At least with Elkhart Lake, there's straightaways and places without walls right next to the track. But trust me, this beginning of the season's maybe making me look a little bit better than I actually am, so things will come back to me here through the next set of races. Then we go to the ovals again towards the end of the season, so as long as I can stay within touch of the points leaders and everything through the middle. All right, getting blocked a little bit again, Randy Lewis. I feel like he's always there. Yeah, less downforce at Elkhart Lake. You're right. I come to the inside of Mario Andretti here. He's making it difficult. There's nothing about his AI that would make him technically more difficult. I guess maybe his aggression's higher. I don't know. Seems like he's always hard to pass. All right. We're under 20 seconds behind Unser Jr. again. See if I can keep working on this. Got a little bit of clear traffic. I think we got Mo right in front once again. It's playing out a lot like the first stint was. There's 91 laps to go. Pulling in on Mo. Getting stuck up behind some lapped cars. Maybe Foyt. A little wide through 3 and 4, but I kept the speed up right to the wall. Up the inside of a lap car there. Starting to take a little bit more chances. I want to get around Mo here. .4 seconds off of him now. I can see it. Marlboro decals on the back of the car. It's Patrick Racing. Oh, he's thinking about going up the inside, but able to take the lap traffic as a pick, get up to second place. See if I can just get around Derek Daly here. Maybe Michael Andretti in front now. There's Guerrero on the inside. Let's get around him on the outside. That was a nice move. All right, into second place now. Steering through the corner to get out of the throttle there. That wasn't good. I don't know, maybe that was some of that aero push that we were talking about. Not sure. Oh, Andretti here is not slow. Maybe he's just bad at getting through the traffic. Get him coming into turn 1 on the inside. He sticks right with me there. Got so many lap cars here, though. A nice pack right in front of Brayton and Andretti. Take my time a little bit. Oh, John Jones almost drove into me there. Oh, and I hit the back of Brayton. Oh, that was lucky. I don't know how the cars didn't spin out, but I definitely hit the back of Brayton. second split. Randy Lewis there on the back straightaway. I'll get him back around Michael Andretti. Whew. I can barely talk doing this. There's so much going on. There we go. All right. I'm across the line. 83 laps to go. I'm 19 seconds off of Balancer Jr. is just putting a absolute clinic on everybody. Oh, the car got loose there. All right, maybe went a bit aggressive with the bars. Hogan is maybe going to turn in on me there. Yeah, I think the traffic at least keeps it interesting. I know at the road courses it's not going to quite be the same. It depends on the road course. I think Meadowlands will have a lot of traffic going on. Just try to do qualifying laps here. Don't over push the car, but I think I am on a good lap. You know, about the same speed as Unser, but just got a great advantage, and he's definitely quick through traffic. Dobson swinging down low. See if I can get both these guys on the straightaway here. Don't hold me up too much. Dobson's actually quite quick there. Get around the outside of him though. A little slow, but not too bad. Yeah, Unser Jr.'s very quick. Pretty much first race this season that he's doing really well, but good to see. He did quite well in a lot of the races in '89. Like I said earlier, he's not Emo or Michael Andretti winning the race, so that helps me out, although we will add probably a fourth contender to this title chase. Catching Rick Mears, actually going to put Mears a lap down. I'm down to 16.6 seconds. We'll just see. I'm just going to try to keep doing these laps and see how this all works out. Get around Mears, which is not going to be the easiest. There's 76 laps to go, so we could pit pretty much any time now and make it to the end, but I want to stretch this. Obviously the car is going to be much quicker on low fuel and everything. Up the inside of Mears and Thays there. Here we go. .7. Man, we just keep doing this. This might be looking quite a bit different here at the end. And Mears isn't having a good season. He had a pole. That's about it. He's won this race in real life. All right, so going to come around the outside of Daly here. Going to get squeezed in behind Link Guerrero. Slice and dice him. Bernard Jourdain, get him going into 3. Ultra low entry right against the grass there. Back to 16.2. I lost a little time in traffic that time. Take Pancho Carter here, just really throw it in into turn 3. We're in second. We're gonna go for it. I don't know if we can catch Unser Jr., but just close in a 10th that lap. He's quick, but you never know what's gonna happen with lap traffic. And if there's a caution, it's all an open race then. separating here in front. I try not to tap them. It's easy actually to turn in a little too hard on the lapped cars, so I gotta be careful about that one going around the outside. Down to 15.5. Just trying to take a little more aggression to the traffic. Try to stay ahead. Down to 15 seconds. I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's any way that would stretch it to the end of the race. So I'm pretty sure we both have to make one more pit stop, but we won't have to take a full pit stop. And hopefully the tires, I'll have to start looking at the tire wear. Hopefully they'll be good to stay on the car and just save that much time. Because I think we're only going to need maybe not even 20 gallons of fuel at the pit stop to make it to the end. 14.5 seconds. We've closed in 6 seconds in this run so far, even more than 6 seconds on Unser Jr., so it ain't over yet. I'm just trying to get the car straight as soon as I can through the corner, because you can hear it bog down if I still have a lot of steering angle in it coming out of the corner. Up a lot of speed quite rapidly on the front straightaway. 14 seconds now. Might be doing the quickest laps of the race that I've been doing. Really pushing it. We got Kogan here on the outside. I'll just dive under him into turn 3. Scare him a little bit. .7 seconds. Whoa. All right. Race on. We're in the last third of the race. One of the Newman Haas cars in front. A little skatey on the entry that time. I might actually raise the front bar one click. 11.8 seconds. My God. I don't know what happened to Unser Jr., but we're catching him. On the outside of Randy Lewis there. Car feels really good now. Right, we got Mario Andretti here in front. Ugh, where am I gonna go? Underneath Bernard Jourdain, at least. On Mario. It's always so hard to pass. Come up the inside of him, just throw it in there, take the position away. 11.8. I lost a little bit of time, but maybe this was all the stuff that Unser Jr. was trying to get through. I don't know, I could pit and avoid all this if I don't think there's going to be a yellow flag. No, it would be a long pit stop then. I'm going to save a lot of time in the pits by taking a really short stop here at the end. Sneak underneath this red car, ultra low line. We got AJ Foyt. Yeah, the only time I'd consider pitting early is, really if there's so much traffic in front that you're going to lose a ton of time, but I would add a lot of time to the pit stop, and at this stage, there's not going to be a way to make that up. I'm right on the edge here of having any kind of chance to catch Unser Jr. We're closing in, but we're running out of laps as well. 60 laps to go, 12.5 seconds. Had a lot of traffic, though, and I only lost about a second, there. So let's see if I can close that back in behind Daco. .3. I didn't gain very much at all on that. 0.2. 11.1. Yeah, I'm doing little kisses on the wall. No harm, no foul. Get away with that in IndyCar too. Yeah, maybe he was fighting with Emo, but I'm down at 11.7 now, so it's still closing in. It's just not... There was a few laps there where it was very dramatic. Pulled in a second on one of the laps. .2 seconds now. At least if I finish within 10 seconds of him, you can say that maybe he didn't dominate the whole field. We're gonna run out of laps here, I think. I don't know. Just keep pushing. I don't have to think too much. Got 13 gallons of fuel left, so another 25 or so laps before we pit. That'll put us well within short pitting. Throw the car on the outside, high line. .5 seconds. Wow, everybody is a lap down except for myself now. Danny Sullivan goes a lap down. 54 laps to go. Beneath Bernard Jourdain here. Yeah, luckily we don't have to worry about marbles. You would not run out wide late in the race here at Milwaukee in real life. Be so much rubber up on the track there. I held 10.4 that lap. Come on. I mean, we're pulled into about a half lap behind now, where we were almost going a lap down earlier, so definitely got the speed on him. It's just going to come down to the number of laps we have to do it. .51 laps to go, 10 seconds even. Looking at the tires a little bit. Oh, that right rear is wearing out, and that makes me a little nervous to not take tires. We'll have to see. If it's still in the yellow, we might just chance it, because I have a chance to win here, you know? I don't know. Burnt up pretty good there in the right rear. In real life, only 2 cars finished on the lead lap as well, so it's playing out to be quite realistic. Underneath AJ Foyt. Within 10 seconds, or under 10 seconds now, to Unser Jr. in front. So it takes, in my experience, takes about 20 seconds, or what would take 20 gallons of fuel. That is about the same as changing the tires. It's about half the normal pit stop length. But just taking 1 tire versus 4 doesn't make a difference at all in time. The crew doesn't run around the car, right? You got 4, like the graphic says, ooh, pushing a lot there. What's that? Like the graphics have in the pit lane, you've got four guys changing tires for you. So whether I take just 1 tire or all 4, it doesn't actually matter unless one of the pit crew guys messes up, which I think can happen. But if I'm going to take tires, I might as well take all 4. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like. I mean, if it's in the red, I have to take tires, unfortunately. There's just going to be too easy to blow a tire. Yeah, KO, I know my pedals spike, but they're expensive, man. 19.7 seconds. We're holding here. Yeah, as long as I'm taking less than 20 gallons of, or if I take 20 gallons of fuel and change tires, that's all about the same amount of time. It's if I take less than that, which I think I'll be able to take less than 20 gallons. I mean, 40 laps to go would be 20 gallons, so. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I should pit with 40 laps to go, take 20 gallons and change tires, and then just hopefully can use the new rubber grip to try to do really good laps. I don't think I'm going to catch him here just on normal pace or kind of baby my tires here to the end. So developing a plan as we go, but that might be a good one. It's a bad turns 3-4. Losing a lot of grip, so I think I might do this. So in 2 laps, that'll be a little shorter on the fuel still because I'm going from 5 gallons to 20. And we'll take 4 tires. I can feel the car sliding a lot now, so the tires are definitely worn out. Let's see what we can do. All right, 41 laps to go. So I'm gonna do the old radio to the pit crews. It's too hard to do all this at the same time. So we can pause and cheat a little bit, but it would be risk crashing to try to do this while I'm driving. In real life, you could radio the crew and say, this is what we're going to do, or they would probably tell me. But all right, so we're going to do this time. Come into the pits, take 20 gallons of fuel, change the 4 tires, and then just hope that we don't get a yellow flag. That would just ruin everything, and just try to go as fast as I can to the finish. All right, come into the pits. Oh, I almost ran long there, but luckily didn't. Let's go, let's go. Change those tires. Come on, guys. There we go. That was pretty good, but now don't speed. I'm a lap down, but it's okay. As long as we don't get a yellow flag, we'll be good. I went a little slow in the pits, but I don't want to speed. All right, we'll get away with it. There goes Rick Mears on by. Got to try to feel the car out with the bars and all that. Lower the rear bar a little bit just to play it safe here for a corner or 2. Definitely can go back up on that. All right, once the tires get up to speed here in about a lap, I just need to try to go as fast as I can. See what we can do once Allenser Jr. pits. And hopefully, again, don't get a yellow flag. That would just ruin everything. Still in the top 5, though, so as long as I don't crash, I think I'll end up with another top 5 today, so the streak continues. There we go. Or the front a skosh. John Andretti in front. I can't always take the higher entry when we got the lapped cars, but it's also, you put a lot of lateral load in the car when you take a high entry, and that's where the car can maybe spin out on you. So I'm trying to do as best I can. Understeering a bunch there, come on. Underneath Guerrero here into turn 3. Gonna take no waiting with AI cars or the lap traffic now. I just gotta push as hard as I can. 35 laps to go. Dive low, dive high, come up behind Derek Daly here, coming out, turn 4. Fittipaldi's unlapped himself somehow. That's interesting. I wonder if Unser pit? It didn't say pit, did it?
He must have pit if everybody's unlapping themselves. Sullivan now on the lead lap as well. AJ Foyt here on the back straightaway. I don't know what Foyt's doing. He doesn't seem like he's at the very end today, which is good. "32 laps to go." All I can hope is that these guys go to the very end and like don't take tires and are maybe slower than usual because of it. But yeah, I don't know why. Oh, and a car. No. That was Kogan. Oh, and I hit the wall a little bit. Somehow there's not a yellow flag. What is going on? Did I damage the car at all? I hit the wall pretty good there, but luckily I think I got away with it. And somehow we didn't get a yellow flag. There definitely are yellow flags on, trust me. Taking a pit. Oh man, this is not working out as well as I wanted it to. Lost a lot of time there. That's Kogan. It always freaks me out when you see a car crashed, because you just don't see it that often. All right, Emerson Fittipaldi's in the pits. Well, I think the luckiest thing there, besides me not damaging the car by smacking the wall, is that there wasn't a yellow flag, which is very surprising, honestly. Fittipaldi's now 2 laps down because of the pit stop, and I'm back into 4th, but I would have lost a lot of time there, unfortunately. We'll just keep pushing. There's nothing I can do but try to go as fast as I can. Underneath Brayton, 10 seconds off of Bobby Rahal. All right, Unser Jr.'s in the pits. So we're going to see once he comes out how bad the gap is. Should get my lap back at least. Thay's here. Yeah, we should be fine on fuel. I'm around. We won't quite know, I don't think, exactly what it is till the next lap. 18 on this one. Oh, is that him? I see a red, white, and blue car up there. Oh my god. Race on. I think that might be him. On the inside of Poncho Carter here. 12.5 seconds. Is that him up there? No, I guess it's not. I thought that was red, white, and blue. So we came out pretty much same gap as we had when all that began, and I think we would have been maybe slightly ahead through the cycle if that crash hadn't happened right in front of me. Just try to do as best laps I can here towards the end. Oh, good God. Michael Andretti here. Giving me a hard time getting through the corner. Come on, multiple laps down. Couple cars in the pits there. Was close with Ari Leyendijk. Actually pulled in on Al Unser that time, despite Andretti trying to do what he does. Went in too hard into 3, and you can see coming out of 4, the car just understeered. Out of 12 seconds, so I pulled in a half second that lap. that's about what I need to do to catch him by the end of the race. I can only hope that there's some really bad lap traffic for him, and then I get away with it pretty easily. But even then, second place, not too bad, and with Allenser Jr. winning, it's not going to hurt too much in the points or anything. 11.8 seconds that time. Across the line, 19 laps to go. Gonna be perfect on fuel. We're gonna have about a half gallon right at the end of the race. No saving or anything needed. Those mirrors in front of maybe Guerrero. Our Jourdain here on the outside. We'll have just enough fuel. I know I did some testing. Part of my checklist before doing the races is fuel strategy, and I know do about a half gallon a lap here, 0.44 to be precise. There's a little time in there, the entry, but get him on the exit. Still trying to push as hard as I can, but unless something dramatic happens here at the end, I don't know. Oh, bad entry into one. Car coming out of the pits might be AJ Foyt. Laps to go, so we're really in the end of it now. Hold it at 10.9 seconds. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those things where I finish like 8 seconds behind him and wish I had another 20 laps. But Brayton turns in there, stab the brakes to get the car to turn in a bit harder. Here's Kevin Kogan in front, so he's still running. I don't know what happened to him there. That was weird. Sometimes you just can't win, though. I think I like this sim for that. That even on a great day, you might just not have the car to do it, and so always need to be on the top of your game to have a chance of winning a race. That's why I was so surprised that I won Indy. I don't know what happened to Pruitt there, but all right. Here's Bobby Rahal. Put a lap on the 5th place car, not too bad. 3 wide on the back straightaway. Gotta love it. Going to turn 3, Rahal as aggressive as ever. Yeah, the yellow flag now would be perfect. Scott Pruitt right in front here. Bad. Turn 4. Lost 3/10 that lap. Really have to do perfect laps to be competitive with Unser Jr. here today. Oh, down to 9.8. I pulled in like a second that lap on Unser Jr. Some traffic. The inside of Andretti here into one. You got a car exiting the pits as well. Andy Lewis just thread the needle there. Seconds. laps to go. .6 seconds. Like I said, it's going to be one of those things where if I had another 15 laps or something, but it is what it is. We all knew the race was 200 laps at the beginning, so. 7.7. Okay, well, if we keep doing that, things might get a little different here right at the end. Got weird traffic there with Ari Lyondike. Oh, around the outside of Derek Daly there. Car understeers a bunch. We're going to lose time this lap. Back up to 8 seconds. Tap the wall, just a little kiss to the wall. All right, 4 laps to go, 7.9 seconds. So unless he has some sort of accident, we'll push nevertheless. Whole group of cars here, see if I can get up the inside. Brayton, Foyt. There's Emerson Fittipaldi in front of me, actually. 3 laps to go. Yeah, this is Emerson Fittipaldi, so we're going to put a lap on Fittipaldi. Unless he makes... Oh, what's he doing? Get out of the throttle there. He's getting around the inside of Michael Andretti, or Mario Andretti there. Another 600 laps. 6.3 seconds. Just driving very conservatively right now. No need to push anything. I'm just pushing as hard as I can. Come to the line here. 1 lap to go. White flag. Down to 6.2 seconds, but it's not going to be enough. Let's see if I can get around Emerson Fittipaldi here on the last lap. Right up the inside. Come through turns 3, 4. He's going to try to stick it out there. Come away. 2nd place at Milwaukee. 5.5 seconds at the end, so yeah, another 300 laps or no, really another 20 laps and would have had a shot at it, but that's the race, you know. You can't always win. And thank you, Dab Dab Goose. I saw that pop up, but I was really focusing in. Thanks for the 5. Love the series. Thank you very much. I'm having a lot of fun with this, especially when I'm racing well. It's even a lot more fun, but a good one. Milwaukee's fast. It's just a fast track, fast race. And still be great points for this one. Unser Jr. winning. We'll have to see how this shakes up the championship because it's going to be interesting. We'll exit the car here. Kick on a little music. Celebrate the victory. Victory. 2nd place. Yeah, I mean, it would have been interesting to see what happened if Kogan didn't spin out there. I don't know. Maybe we can look at that on the replay. All right, let's take a look at the final results. So Unser Jr. dominated. No doubt there. 198 of 200 laps led. Probably just through the pit cycle that he lost a couple laps, and or didn't lead a couple laps. Looks like Bobby Rahal led one, and Teo Fabi probably led the first lap since he started on the pole. But Ryan Axelson then finishing 2nd from P12. I would say, I mean, I got into the top 5 within 25 laps or something, so it was really just holding on to it at that point. Yeah, he no doubt he wins today, just as far as performance goes. Danny Sullivan, though, gets third place from Emerson Fittipaldi. So interesting. I thought Emma was in third for a lot of the race, right? So Danny Sullivan able to pass him. And Bobby Rahal getting a top 5. I think that might be his first top 5 of the season. We'll see that in the standings in a second. Did Kogan? We'll look further down. Rick Mears, the real winner of the race, finishing in 6th. We got Michael Andretti in 7th position from 2nd on the grid, so he fell back. And Teo Fabi coming home at 8th from his pole. Scott Pruitt then in 9th, the 2nd place at Indy driver, and then Mario Andretti, who blocked. I feel like I'm always getting blocked by Mario or Michael Andretti, any of the Newman Haas cars, but he gets 10th. Ari Lyondike coming home 11th, and Kevin Kogan gonna get the final point, even though he had that spin. Let's look back, see if anything else interesting. John Jones. I feel like there was actually pretty low attrition in this one. It felt like there was a lot of cars the whole race out there. It's a short race, but AJ Foyt in 14th, Scott Brayton, Derek Daly, Roberto Guerrero, Guido Dacco, John Andretti, Pancho Carter, Didier Thays, Bernard Jourdain, Randy Lewis, Fabrizio Barbaza, Dominic Dobson. Oh, so here's our first retiree. So there's only 2 cars out. We had Dominic Dobson with an engine failure on lap 137. And then Raul Boisel with the oil pump failure on lap 108. A very clean race, fast, flag to flag. Probably should have been a yellow in the middle there, but just an hour 20 minutes. So crazy when you think the Indy 500 is like 3 hours. It's an hour 20-minute race. But a good one overall. We'll save that just in case the worst happens. All right. So we'll exit this. Actually, I want to look at the replay. Oh no, I exited. We'll never know what happens to Kogan there. Damn. That's disappointing. Well, we'll look at the championships. These are the points and all that. We know this for this race, but here we go. Championship. We're up front still with that 2nd place. 4 for 4 with top 5, so you can't get much better than that. Just got to get a pole at some point so that I can put a 1 in that column. I know, I'm disappointed too. It sucks. You can't go back. There's no way I could ever get that back, the replay, unfortunately. But yeah, got a good lead, which is good. Again, this is the last oval for like 6 races, and I think there's a chance that Cleveland or even Belle Isle, actually, the next race. I think I know those circuits pretty well, but like the Meadowlands, we'll look at the schedule in a second, but there's going to be some struggles in the middle here. But 19 points in the lead of Emerson Fittipaldi after the first 4 races. Can't ask for much more than that. I think I feel like I've maximized so far. Maybe Long Beach I could have got a 2nd, but otherwise I've done everything I could. Emerson Fittipaldi in 2nd, tied with Michael Andretti. That's interesting. Side by side. Danny Sullivan in 4th, Scott Pruitt in 5th, and then Allenser Jr. climbs up to 6th with that win. That was good. It didn't really affect things. I mean, obviously Allenser Jr. is now a little closer, but he's still under half the points that I've got. So we're looking pretty good here as we move in through the season. Next up, we'll be in Detroit, and we'll be at Belle Isle, of course. That's not the real track for 1989. The street circuit is being worked on right now. It really ramped up the past few weeks, and I've seen a lot of screenshots and things, but it's not going to be ready in time for Detroit, unfortunately. I don't really want to wait. Sometimes these things take years, so I'm not going to wait till it comes out. Maybe we'll catch it the next time around. But we'll be in Belle Isle. It's a fun track, nonetheless, for the first of this stretch of 5 road races. Belle Isle, Portland, Cleveland, Meadowlands, Toronto, before we head back to the ovals with a couple 500-mile races. So yeah, I think I got this big lead, which is great. I think there's a potential that I do well at some of these, but I think this next stretch of 5 races will be telling how the championship winds up. From there, we'll do 2 500-mile races in a row, Michigan and Pocono, which I'm looking forward to quite a lot. Then Mid-Ohio, Road America, Nazareth, very difficult, tight 1-mile oval, and then Laguna Seca to round out the season. All right. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate everybody sticking through. It's a fun race from the driver's perspective, so I hope it was fun to watch as well. But we'll see you all in the next one. Thanks again.